This is Lady B, and I am bringing you a March recipe from the Calendar Book of Natural Beauty, a book all about bringing out your natural beauty through skin and hair care, exercise, and diet. And this particular recipe is, well, they call it a sweet almond milk cleanser, but I think it's more like what we would call a mask, where you place it on your skin and let it dry, and then you wash it off as a way to rejuvenate your skin. In the book, it talks about how coming out of the winter, often our skin, especially on our face, and especially with the use of makeup, can get just not healthy. How there's a need to remove the unhealthy layer of skin so that you can have that nice, bright spring glow. So this is a recipe that they recommend as a way to rejuvenate the skin on your face. Now, there's only 3 ingredients. The first is almond meal. Now, they have instructions in the book on how to grind your own, but these days you can find it in the stores if you go to a natural grocer. So I already have some almond meal that's beautifully ground, and I'm going to put that in my bowl here. They say to grind up a 1/4 cup of almonds. I am cutting that in half, assuming that the ground would take up less space, and using 2 tablespoons or 1 ounce. And that goes in here. I think I have that all now. And then it says 1 teaspoon of sweet almond oil. So you can see how this is very almond centered. And there we go. And then it says as much milk as required to make this into a paste. Now, presumably in the book when it says milk, it means cow's milk. We don't have that in my house. We use other things like soy and coconut milk. I prefer coconut milk. So I will be using coconut milk now instead of that. So I'm going to mix that oil in really quick, and then just slowly drizzle this in until I get a pretty paste. See there so you can see what I'm doing. Now, that's a paste, but since I want to spread this on my skin, I think I'm going to get it just a little thinner. I want something thick enough that it will make a nice mask, but thin enough that it will spread really easily. And I think I want just a little more. And it really isn't taking very much. Oh, yeah, that looks like what I'm looking for. And this is entirely up to you how much to put in. It does not have a measurement. It's just to where you like it. There I go. Let me bring this up to the camera so you can see it a little better. So that's what it looks like. And you can see how that looks. So tonight, when I wash my face, I'm going to use this beforehand. All right. It's the end of the day, and I'm now going to try this out. The almond cleanser. So think letting it sit may have been a mistake. It has gotten thicker over the day. So when you make this, use it right away. It does not want to stick. I'm going to put just a little more water in that. See if that makes a difference. I'm just going to put some of this. Mix it in. See, I know I have enough milk in it, so I'm just going to thin it, because letting it sit, it has thickened even more than it did. So it's no longer the same consistency. There we go. That's more like what I had before. Let's try painting that on. Yeah, that worked better. There we go. So yeah, either use it right away or you'll have to add more liquid. It's definitely too thick. That's the last of it. So you definitely want it thinner rather than thicker, because as you could see, it did not want to stay on when it was that thick. So when you're adding the milk, keep that in mind. So the next step is to just let this dry. Do I look ridiculous? So I'm just going to wait for this to dry, however long that takes. I'll probably read while I'm doing that. It's late at night. Sometimes I like to end the day with a good book. So I will see you when it's dry. Hi, I'm back. So it has been about an hour. It took that long for it to dry, probably because I had it so thick on my face. So maybe when you do it, don't put quite so much on. But the next step is to remove it with a damp cloth, rubbing in an upward motion. So I'm scrubbing my skin at the same time as I'm taking this off. And just like other masks, as it dried, I could feel it getting tight on the skin, so it's not hard to tell when you're ready. And quite honestly, I think you probably could make enough for 2 uses of it, instead of using it all at once like I did. And then it wouldn't take so long to dry. Almost looks like Halloween makeup or some kind of fungal pox or something. Wow, I'm getting some of it in my hair. But round circular rubbing motions. Oh, definitely have that in my hair. Let's see if I can get that out. Oh, it does come out easily. That's good. Makes it easier anyway. should do it. Now, there's still a little bit on my skin, and that's okay, because the next step is to rinse your face in hot water, or with hot water. So, now that all my oatmeal is clogging my sink up, I'm going to splash warm water on my face. And this will take off any remnants of the scrub. And then I finish it with a rinse of cold water to tone and tighten the skin. And this is quite cold, so it should work well. All right, and that's it. Though it says if your skin feels dry, to put a moisturizer on it, and moisturizing oil on it. I'm going to reposition the camera for 1 second. You can see how clean it is. And that actually did a really good job of exfoliating and cleaning off any dead skin. I can still feel the tightness that came when it dried, even though it's not on here at all. It's still, the skin still feels like it has tightened. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but it did. So the last thing I'll do tonight, because my skin does feel just slightly dry, is I'll apply just a little bit of, it's the same container I use, if you've seen my earlier video, that I put my cold cream in. But this is not my cold cream. This is my night cream. And as I mentioned before, it's a recipe from September that I use. And it looks a lot like the cold cream, doesn't it? So I will just finish by dabbing a little bit on my skin just to moisturize it. And it doesn't take much. This stuff is very concentrated. And I will be, of course, happy to share the recipe when we get to September. So just patting it on. Try not to rub. And it's really hard to do on this side. So let's use my other hand. And that's it. Done. And this is a night cream, so I'm a little shiny now, but by morning that will be gone. It will just soak in completely into my skin. And you know what? That really works. So next time I want to exfoliate, I know what to do. My skin has not felt this renewed. I'm not sure that's the right word. It definitely did the job. It took off any old dead skin I had. And this cream I just put on is all on new skin. None of the old left. So that works. I would recommend it. And now I'm about ready for bed. So good night. And until next time, this is Lady B signing off with an almond scrub for the beginning of spring to exfoliate. See you later. Bye-bye.